सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject for satsang, the ultimate secret to enlightenment. I am really going to reveal. th Sutra in Patanjali Yoga Sutras, in second chapter, 27th verse. Tasya saptada pranta bhumi prajna. Swami Vivekananda translates the sutras. His knowledge is attained in 7 supreme steps. Prabhavananda translates as, the experiencer gains this knowledge in 7 stages, advancing towards the highest. Swami Sachidananda translates as, one's wisdom in the final stage is 7-fold. One experiences the end of desire to know anything more, desire to stay away from anything, desire to gain anything new, desire to do anything, sorrow, fear, delusion. When all these 7 ends, one's wisdom is awakened. This is what is Swami Sachidananda's translation. Let me give my experience. Tasya saptada pranta bhumi prajna. His knowledge is attained in 7 supreme steps. Ultimate secret to enlightenment. I wanted to give you first the secret. Then, step by step, the deeper truths of this Yoga Sutra, this Sutra. The first secret you need to know about enlightenment is, the moment you become interested in enlightenment, cosmos is such, it showers you with so many ideas about enlightenment, truths about enlightenment. Please understand. For example, compassion leads to enlightenment. Immediately your mind starts processing. You take that idea to its logical end. You feel, if I am completely compassionate, what can happen? People can take advantage of me. I can be exploited. Finally, I can even be killed. Your mind may object at one step. No, to this, beyond this, I cannot tolerate. No, this is enough. I can't go further with the compassion. Or your mind may say, what is there? Even if I die, let me die in compassion mood. And that is enlightenment. Your mind may accept or reject when a truth is taken to its logical conclusion. Please understand, I am exactly giving you the deepest secret for enlightenment. This is the way your mind functions. Whenever any truth is given, please understand, don't think the truths about enlightenment is given only in this program by me directly. No. The moment you wanted, already the ideas will start flowing towards you. It is apaurushya. Veda is apaurushya. The knowledge for enlightenment is not based on one person. It is available in the air all over the world. These are Sarva Bhaumya Vratas. Patanjali says the 5 great ideas towards enlightenment. Aparigraha, Asteya, Satya, Ahimsa, Brahmacharya. Non-stealing, non-violence, truthfulness, living like God, and non-covetousness. These 5 are Sarva Bhaumya Vratas, means the paths or vows which is available in the air all over the world. Every human being catches these 5, the truths about these 5. By the time he realizes, he has an individual awareness. So you don't need to wait for some program or a class or session to catch these 5 things. These are in the air everywhere. The moment you start talking, your mother says, tell the truth. The moment you start accumulating, your mother says, live with minimal things. The moment you are physically matured and trying to jump, live with centeredness. So these are Sarva Bhaumya Vratas. The vows are the paths, methods which are available in the air all over the world. So then why are we not getting enlightened? Understand this secret. Whenever you catch a seed, a truth towards enlightenment, you try to take that to its logical conclusion. Either you may be stuck saying, oh, compassion. To the level of losing my wealth, I will be able to manage, but not to the level of losing my body and life. So your engram stops you there. Or you may feel, what is the wrong? Even if I lose the body, let me live in compassion and leave the body. It will go to the extreme. Extreme restful awareness will happen. Now, if you look inside, you will have like this at least 20 ideas which leads to the extreme restful awareness. You would have taken it in imagination and visualization, that idea to its logical conclusion. You would have had extreme restful awareness by that idea. And 10 ideas, maybe you are stuck. For example, in non-violence, you may be stuck, but in Satya, you would have taken yourself to the extreme logical conclusion. In Asteya, you might have been stuck, but in Brahmacharya, you would have taken yourself to the extreme logical conclusion. And in witnessing, you might have taken yourself to the extreme logical conclusion, but unclutching, you might have been stuck. Unclutching, you may not be able to unclutch from everything, but witnessing, you may be able to do everything. So in some techniques and some truths, you will be able to take yourself to its extreme logical conclusion, but in some techniques, you will be stuck in the half. Understand? I am giving you some of the deeper secrets. And same way, some of the ideas in which you are able to take yourself visually to its extreme. This is like one idea I can say. Valmiki, sitting and meditating, he decides he will unclutch to the extreme till he becomes enlightened. First, visually, he has taken himself to the extreme. He is clear about it. Then, physically, he is sitting. You know, if you sit for 2-3 hours, what happens? This pain, that pain, that pain, that pain. And that is the time you became aware of the whole body and muscles. All the 72,000 nerves, nadis. But this guy, his visualization about the truth has become so strong in his muscle memory, he just sits and the ant hill grows around him. But he has taken himself to the extreme. Not only in visualization, in physical way. In physical way. So he became enlightened. When he has become enlightened, came out of that ant hill. In Sanskrit, ant hill is called Vanmiga. Because he became enlightened and came out of the ant hill, he became Valmiki. Understand now? I am giving you the secret now only. There will be some truths, maybe if you catch the 100 truths, in 20, 30, you may be stuck even intellectually. You will not be able to take it to its logical conclusion. For example, truth. Oh, I can be truthful to a certain extent till my name or wealth is lost, but not to the extent of losing my life. So you are stuck. But when it comes to some other idea, witnessing, maybe intellectually you are clear, I will witness till the death. I will establish myself in witnessing till the death. Means logically, through visualization, you have taken yourself to the end of the truth, logical conclusion. Means intellectually, you achieved restful awareness through the technique, through the truth. The next thing is the truths through which intellectually you have seen the restful awareness. This maybe, you may be having 100 truths. In that 100, when you start really working, for example, intellectually you may feel, hey, till the death I can be witnessing. Till the death I can be unclutching. When you start making it physical, in that 100, maybe only 20 or 30 will be able to become physical. You may be stuck with some 30, 40 truths in between. When you planned, you really thought, I can witness till the end of everything, whole game. But when the real fear started, when the real problem started, some 30, 40 weapons are saying, we can travel only up to this level. We are the weapons, we can travel only 200 kilometers. We can't go more than that. They just fall. And you are stuck. Understand? Some ideas, intellectually itself you are stuck. Some ideas, intellectually you reached its logical conclusion, but when you start physically, you are stuck. There is a next level. Even physically, you are able to take it to its experiential conclusion. In this program, all I am trying to do is at least 50% of the ideas which you have got in your life, I am taking it to its physical conclusion. Understand? If you have 100 ideas about spirituality, at least 30% should go to the logical conclusion, intellectual restful awareness, and 50% should go to its physical, experiential conclusion. Then remaining 20%, whether it is there or not, no problem. 50% should reach at least physical conclusion, 30% should reach at least intellectual restful awareness conclusion, And the remaining 20%, you don't need to bother. Leave it to the future, so that that 20% gives you the joy of insecurity. Understand? There is something called joy of insecurity. The juice of excitement gets added into your life only when there is a joy of insecurity. You may not want to be doing that. That is why for ashramites, I have thousands of things. Of course, ashram is an alive place. There can never be a second day, same way. If I have to put the whole ashram life in one nutshell, no second day in same way. That is the caption. Not only for some people, I can say for every individual who stays in the ashram, no second day in same way. Because continuously in some way, I am such a living mechanism. Naturally, around me, anything will be a living organism. Please understand. Dhyanapeetham is not an organization. It is an organism. It's a living organism. You do not know next day which country you are going to be, which state you are going to be, which city you are going to be, and what class you are going to be conducting, and what department you are going to be in. Let me come to the secret. Whatever ideas you are intellectually stuck, intellectually itself is not able to take it to its logical conclusion, should not bring your courage and confidence with ideas which you are able to take it to its logical conclusion visually and physically. Please understand, as on now, your mind is stuck in a rut because in one or two truths you are not able to conclusively take yourself intellectually. You start doubting all your intellectual conclusions. You think, I cannot practice truthfulness. How can I practice compassion? I cannot practice asteya. How can I practice aparigraha? I cannot practice non-stealing. How can I practice non-covetousness? I cannot practice integrity. How can I practice honesty? No. Understand? The secret is catch the threads where you are successful. There is a huge fort. You need to climb and get inside. Only one iron chain is hanging. Don't look at that steep stone. Oh, there is 200 square feet stone which I cannot put my leg and climb. No. Look at one chain hanging. You can catch that and climb and jump. You might have heard 100 truths, but only 10 you may be intellectually take it to its end, and only one you may be able to physically take it to its end. But that one is enough. To climb a fort, you don't need 100 chains hanging. One chain hanging is enough. Hold that and start walking. You will be able to reach the other side. The secret is all the ideas the mind is able to click with and reach its intellectual conclusion. Keep them as your strength and work more and more ideas to become physically reality. Physical reality. I think you are able to understand the three differences. The secret is not continuously looking at the ideas in which you fail or stuck, but continuously looking at the ideas which you are able to make physically real. Please understand, even if you think you are the worst seeker, you will have at least 10 ideas which has become physical reality. Even in being bad, you are not that big. Don't think you are the number one in the last or among the worst people. Even among the worst people, you are not number one. Don't be egoistic. Don't be egoistic. Even in the worst people, you are not number one. You are in the middle. You are mediocre even in the worstness. So you don't need to be proud. Oh, among the worst people, I am the worst. No, relax. So even if you think you are the worst person, you have at least 10 ideas able to make it into physical reality. Hold them. That is the secret to enlightenment for you. People ask me, am I intellectual type, emotional type, spiritual type, or being type? Which type? This is the way to find the scale. See, there are some ideas even intellectually does not click. There are some ideas intellectually clicks. There are some physically clicks. You make it. That's how you guys are. Intellectually you feel, I will witness and unclutch. But after 2 hours only, I don't know when he is going to say relax, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I want you to know why usually people clap, if a speaker is speaking exactly what you feel. Oh God, I can never say it, he said it. What I am exactly thinking is reading it from my mind. Now you understand the difference between intellectually stuck, intellectually cleared, physically cleared. Intellectually stuck and intellectually cleared and physically itself cleared. 3 categories. There are some truths, even physically you made it into reality. Secret is looking those few and celebrating those few which has become physical reality will bring tremendous energy flow into the intellectually stuck ideas. Those breakages will break. Then that will spread to the intellectually stuck ideas and break that also. The secret is shifting your vision. Understand? Shifting your vision. If you have come and sat at the master's feet, that one chain hanging is enough. Hold and tuck, 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 climb, you are inside the fort. You don't need to look at the huge wall on which you can't climb. If you look at the huge wall, you'll be tired, huh? Forget about it. Enlightenment. And the mind is such a cunning fellow, he will remind only your silly failures. I tried 2 times to stop smoking, nothing. How can I even stop thinking? Smoking is such a superficial habit, even that I am not able to stop. How can I stop thinking? No, I can tell you, maybe in smoking you are stuck, but in stopping thinking you may be successful. You don't know. There is no scale. If you think, oh, I can't even climb 5 feet in this wall, it's a 100 feet wall, 200 feet long. How am I going to cross this fort? No. Sometimes your mind foolishly thinks, oh, I will have to remove one by one all the stone completely. Only then I can go into the fort. You don't need to. You think one by one, every engram you have to clean, and then you will become enlightened. No. Just hold that hanging chain and walk, go up, jump that side over. The secret is knowing the truth. The ideas in which you are intellectually stuck does not need to be completed or fulfilled. Don't worry about them first, leave it. The ideas in which you are intellectually successful, able to take itself to its logical conclusion, hold them. And some already you would have even physically made reality. Catch them. For example, I am giving the example of the ashramite. You have made living around me as physical reality. So catch that one. All other things will lose its power over you. Such a big Himalayan task. After so much of obstructions and disturbances, I made it a reality. I made it. Then I am worthy. I can. When that shift happens, all other things which you are midway or not even started will lose its power over you. Will start losing its power over you. So understand, it's a most difficult shift, but a very important shift. Just like a man standing outside the fort wall, because he is stuck and confused, he has so many ideas how to cross this wall. I think first I will have to remove one by one every stone. So let me go and gather lot of workers. Will he ever be able to do? No. Or if he thinks, this huge wall, forget about it. I'll get a shortcut. I don't need to break this wall. I'll get 200 people and make them all stand one by one, one on the one. I'll climb on one and I'll jump. Again waste. Chain is hanging. Just hold and jump. Chain is hanging in your neck. Hold that and jump. It's like trying to remove the stone from the wall. Just hold the chain which is hanging in your neck. Climb and jump. Cross. You'll cross the fort. The secret is turning your attention to the truths which you made it into physical reality. Then naturally, that will penetrate into other truths. Tasya saptada pranta bhumi prajna. When his knowledge is attained, when the experiencer gains this knowledge in 7 stages, advancing towards the highest, In further satsangs, I'll explain the stages step by step. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, and radiate enlightenment. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, and radiate the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you.